Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lincoln Cardinal Sports Network. We appreciate you guys tuning in, and we're going to get started here. We've got about a minute 45 until the conference championship game is set to take place between the Cardinals of Tipton and the defending champion Lincoln Cardinals. Before we get into the starting lineups, I want to talk about our presenting sponsor and our starting lineup sponsor, Estes Drive-In. If you're looking for a bite to eat or a tasty treat, Estes Drive-In has you covered with a wide array of options and friendly service. You can't go wrong with Estes Drive-In. Stop in and eat or call ahead for carryout at 660-547-3516. So we're going to follow along here with the starting lineups as they're announced. And then we're going to get into a little bit of background and a little bit of what's been going on with these two teams of late. It does look like we're going to start off with the national anthem. So stick with us, and we'll be right back. So before we get into the starting lineups, I'd like to mention the thrilling come-from-behind consolation game that the Lincoln Cardinals girls pulled off just a night ago. Regretfully, I was not able to be here in person to broadcast that game, but my crew was able to make it, did a great job, and we're very proud of the girls' effort and the fact that they did not give up being down by double digits in the fourth quarter. Instead, stuck to it, came back, and won the basketball game. So, the starting lineups here for Tipton. We'll start with Tipton. Number 5, Jackie Moon, a senior. Number 10, Jackson Bailey, a junior. Number 12, Kinzer Combs. He's a senior. Number 22, that is Liam Corley. He's a senior. And then number 33, Zach Moon. He is a junior. Now moving to the Lincoln Cardinals. Starting lineups brought to you by Estes Drive-In. Number 0, as always, Connor Line, a senior. Number 1, Caleb Mundy, a senior. Number 3, Kyle Eckhoff, a senior. Number 12, Matt Hesse, a senior. And number 23, Ross Johnson, a senior. This Lincoln Cardinal basketball team now 21-0 on the season. On Wednesday, the Ozark Sports Zone released updated standings for men's basketball in the state of Missouri. Lincoln had been listed at 10th the last couple of times that poll was released. This week they moved to 5th as they've had some convincing wins under their belt in the last couple weeks. Tipton comes into this game 17-3 and firmly at the second best team all season in the conference. And some would even say they've got a bid to be the best. These two teams last played on January 20th. Lincoln got the better of Tipton 49-36 in a close game, one that Tipton led by double digits in the first half. Lincoln weathered that storm, came back, and won convincingly. Now Tipton's going to open this game in man-to-man defense, something that we've talked about on this broadcast ad nauseum that Lincoln enjoys. It looked like Connor Line was going to have a wide-open look at the basket. He's blocked from behind. So they got the look they wanted, but good recovery defense by Tipton. And that's a prime example of why these two teams are fairly evenly matched. Two good basketball teams. Lincoln also going to come out in man defense to start. Corley working on Johnson. Gets it inside. And nothing there. However, Combs off the kick out. Now Corley against Johnson again. Gets to the cup. Smooth finish in the lane for 2. And Tipton strikes first here. This Lincoln team, led by a 5 senior starting group, won this tournament last year and have an opportunity tonight to be back-to-back conference tournament champions. Connor Line all the way to the cup, left-hand finish plus the foul. And he's got an opportunity to take a lead here. Jackie Moon whistled for his first foul. That's the first foul of the ball game. Connor Line has shot the ball well from the free throw line all season long. That continues here as he shows great touch at the stripe, and Lincoln has their first lead of the game. Moon gets Mundy in the air twice. Now going to shoot a short jump shot from the right wing, and he gets it to go. Moon was injured in the semifinal game against Northwest. Didn't play most of the second half. Glad to see he's healthy here and already making his impact felt. Line gets to the rim, but can't finish. And now Tipton wants to push. Bailey goes right at Eckhoff. Misses. Moon with the putback. And Tipton now leads by 3. And a late foul call there. However, they finally did get one called. That's going to go against Jackson Bailey, his first. Second team foul for Tipton. Hesse short corner working on the younger Moon. They're going to call that on the floor. So Lincoln already less than 2 minutes into this ball game, or just over 2 minutes into this ball game, I should say, putting the pressure on Tipton and has drawn 3 fouls. Lincoln being patient here on the offensive end, looking for the best possible shot. Tipton doing a good job shutting down their normal stuff. Mundy to the rim, high finish off the glass. A lot of contact from Combs. Mundy, soft finish, scores the deuce, and Lincoln cuts it back to 1. Excellent crowd in attendance tonight as Bailey goes right at Eckhoff and scores, plus the foul. Both sides of the stands very full, and even quite a few seats taken up in the upper deck. Bailey converts a three-point play of his own, and Tipton's lead is 4. And I alluded to this, but in the first matchup between these two teams, Lincoln afforded Tipton nearly a double-digit lead in the first half of a game in Lincoln. Eckhoff saves it, goes right to Bailey. Connor Line tried to foul him, but Bailey lost control of it. Nice steal by Mundy, now dribbling through a host of Tipton Cardinals. Line ends up with it, finds Johnson. Now Eckhoff being aggressive, has it ripped away, gets it back, short off the front rim. And Corley corrals a rebound, and that ends what was a wild possession there by Lincoln. One of my takeaways from that first matchup was that most of the first 2.5 quarters, the game was played at a pace that Tipton was much more comfortable playing. Moon cashes in from the corner, and Tipton's up 7. Coach Berkey needs a timeout. We've got a short timeout, but in an effort to save my voice, we are going to kick it to a commercial. We'll be right back here on the Lincoln Cardinal Sports Network. Stick with us.
This broadcast is brought to you by Estes Drive-In. Looking for a bite to eat or a tasty treat? Estes Drive-In has you covered. With a wide array of options and friendly service, you can't go wrong with Estes Drive-In. So stop in and eat or call ahead for carryout at 660-547-3516.
A little extra depth to these two teams and this matchup. Is that they're in the same district there. Connor Line just going to work on the block. And that's something that Coach Berkey and the Cardinals like to do if they get a small matchup online. They like to post him up. More of a guard, but somebody who has a post bag. Corley goes right around Johnson. Another scoop shot finish in the lane. No need for the backboard there as the senior pushes Tipton's lead back up to 7. Johnson inside. Mundy's going to try one from the corner. No good. Kept alive for a moment, and then Jackie Moon ends up with it. And not sure how that wasn't something, a carry. Jack Moon looked like he was going to throw a one-handed pass up the court. Instead, he didn't, just kind of pushed it forward. However, no call. Now Tipton with an opportunity to extend their lead even more. Bailey going right at Eckhoff. Combs, one dribble pull-up, no good. And Hesse secures the rebound. Lincoln's crowd enjoying themselves. Now Eckhoff wants to be aggressive. Gets all the way to the cup. Cannot finish, but does draw the foul. Eckhoff smooth on the first. Everhart comes on for Johnson. First substitution of the game here. So these two teams very likely may see each other again when it comes to district tournament time. Familiar with each other from football season. And Jackson Bailey has come out with an aggressive mindset here in the first quarter. He gets all the way to the cup and scores on the right side and takes the foul. He's got an opportunity to make this a 9-point ball game. No good. Eckhoff with the long rebound. Everhart, nice pump fake, gets inside, and a little help from the rim, scores the two off of the pump fake and drive from the corner. Combs, shot affected by Hesse. Now Lincoln wanting to push in transition. Eckhoff throws it away. And I mentioned pace earlier. Lincoln's got the best defense in the league in the entire K-Singer Conference. They've allowed 36 points per game on average and 21 wins this season. By far, a league best mark. Connor Line, long three-point rebound, and now he's going to push and be charged with a charge as Combs sets up on the lane line and does his job. That's the first foul against Connor Line. And the second turnover in as many possessions by Lincoln. On the other side, Tipton has the best offense in the league. They're putting up 67 points per game in 20 contests this year. Combs can't get the three to go. Mac Hesse has the rebound and loses it. Another missed three by Tipton, and now Lincoln has numbers. It's a 4-on-2. Mundy to Hesse, and he dunks it in transition. And a big momentum swing potentially here as the Lincoln crowd all on their feet. 45 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Lincoln on a little bit of a run here. A 4-0 run in the last minute. Good dish by Combs. Combs drove the left lane line, had a little scoop pass to Zach Moon, who was set up on the opposite block. He lost it, and a jump ball was called. Possession arrow pointing in favor of the Tipton Cardinals, and now they'll inbound underneath the basket. 35 seconds to play in the opening quarter of what's been a very fun game. Moon is lost by Hesse off the inbound and scores the easy two. Now Lincoln presumably going to go for the last shot here. 18-12, 25 seconds and counting. Mundy off the flare screen. It forces it into Hesse. Another turnover. Now Corley is going to wisely pull this thing out. Tipton going to get the last shot here. Moon just loses it. Gets Hesse in the air and misses a layup. Ball still alive. Goes to Corley. Now Moon does not know how much time's left. Cannot get a good shot off. And Lincoln kind of avoiding disaster there at the end of the first quarter. Going to be trailing by 6. We're going to stay right here. We're going to talk about Shelter Insurance, the Leanne Beeman Agency. Play ball with an insurance team that wins. The Leanne Beeman Agency has terrific customer service, policies you can count on, and rates that won't break the bank. Call the Leanne Beeman Agency at 660-547-0099 today for a free quote. You'll be glad you did. Sticking with insurance, Farmers Mutual Protective Association has provided insurance coverage to farmers and homeowners in Lincoln and the surrounding areas since 1882. In that time, they have earned a reputation as honest and reasonable providers who will help determine the exact insurance that works best for you, your family, and your way of life. Contact Farmers Mutual Protective Association today at 660-547-2323. Lincoln going to get Johnson back on and pull Hesse to the side here to start the second quarter. Tipton going with Bailey, both Moons, Corley, and Tyler Bear. Lined inside, putting the pressure on Tipton's defense. Lincoln so much better when he is being aggressive like this, and he has come out with a fire lit under his butt, telling him to get to the rim. Now Mundy going to get to the rim. Can't finish. Gets his own rebound and is fouled on the putback attempt. So good activity by the senior point guard. If at first you don't succeed, try again. That is Bear's second foul, the sixth team foul against Tipton. Mundy's going to shoot another one here, and Lincoln will be in the bonus the rest of the way here in the first half. Sweet shooting by Mundy as Tipton's lead, which was once 9, is now 4. Bear gets it inside the Moon, and that's going to be Connor Lyne's second foul. It's just about the worst thing you can have for Lincoln here. Fourth team foul by the Cardinals. Combs is going to come on for Bear, and Hesse's going to come on for Line. Lincoln man-to-man defense here out of the inbounds. Actually, no, it's a 2-3 zone. Maybe, I guess maybe it is man. Really looks like zone to me. It's a matchup zone of some sort. Hesse's staying in the lane. Moon draws a double team, gets Hesse out of position, and then kicks it to the other Moon, who scores the easy deuce. A little Jack to Zach Moon action, and Tipton is up 6. Nice pass, and an even better catch as Lincoln gets into a set, runs it to perfection, and Hesse scores 2. Assist goes to Eckhoff there, and good on-ball defense by Mundy to shut down that Jack Moon drive. Now Corley working on Johnson, spins inside, loses it. Combs going to attack, nothing there. Now Bailey, long 3 over Eckhoff, money ball, and Tipton enjoying that shot as Bailey gives the Cardinals of Tipton a 7-point lead. Now Mundy with the answer, air ball. Combs going to push. And Bailey all the way to the rim. Good job by Hesse. Johnson rebound. Now Lincoln going to push. Mundy gets around Moon, goes up, misses the layup, gets his own rebound. No look pass to Eckhoff. And it just rattles around and won't fall through. And then Johnson whistled for a foul on the rebound. Combs had position. That's Johnson's first foul, the 5th team foul against the Lincoln Cardinals. Corley working on that wing. Now Bailey, another deep three. Long rebound goes to Eckhoff, who's fouled 70 feet from the basket. And Lincoln going to have an opportunity to put a dent in this lead while the clock is not moving. This game already on pace to be a higher scoring affair than the last one these two took part in against each other. A 1-and-1 here for Eckhoff. First one, no good. Combs attacking line. Great defense. Now Corley going to go right at Johnson. Spins around him, loses the ball, and throws it away. Great help defense by Mac Hesse. And good on-ball defense by Johnson to frustrate Corley. Now Moon's going to come off. We're going to see Emmett Haas for the first time in this ball game. Mundy gets to about the lane line and floats one up. No good. Moon with the board. And now Combs to Corley. Corley again working on Johnson. Runs into Hesse. But Hesse whistled for a foul. Corley hits the first. They're actually going to give that foul to Johnson. That's his second. And the sixth team foul against the Lincoln Cardinals. Tipton matches their biggest lead of the night as they are back up by 9. Connor Line from downtown. Rattles around, won't go. Johnson ends up with a rebound. So Lincoln with a second chance opportunity here. Mundy nearly had that one stolen twice. Now, lined all the way to the rim. Can't quite finish, but he has been the catalyst here for Lincoln's offense in the first half. Continually getting to the rim and putting pressure on this defense. Line rattles home the first. That was the 8th team foul against Tipton, and that was Emmett Haas's first personal foul, as he had a hold of Connor Lyon's arm on his way to the basket. Line 3 for 3 from the line in this ball game, cuts it to 7. Coach Berkey going to get him out so he doesn't pick up his third foul. So Camden Everhart on the floor for Lincoln. Corley in the corner, spins into a double team. Mundy takes it away and then gets it up to Eckhoff. And now Lincoln going to slow things down. Eckhoff spins inside, right hand finish, hits the back of the rim and falls in. And Lincoln now back within 5. Combs dumps off to Moon. Wild shot, no good. Hesse definitely impacted that one, and now Lincoln's got a 5-on-4 here. Everhart gets it inside to Hesse, who muscles his way up, gets his own board, and then is fouled on the putback. Hesse's size just too much on that possession, as he got it inside against Zach Moon, muscled him away. Missed the shot, but got his own rebound, and then 3 Tipton Cardinals descended on him at once. That'll be Luke Combs, excuse me. That's Kinzer Combs, not Luke Combs. That would be Kinzer Combs' second foul. And Hesse perfect on that trip. Lincoln on a 6-0 run here. Corley finds Moon in the corner. Flyby on Mundy. And a missed three-point shot. Hesse gets Moon in the air, goes all the way to the cup. Finger roll finish. And Lincoln on an 8-0 run. Tipton's got to call a timeout. And we've got a full timeout. We're going to kick it to a couple sponsorship ads. Stick with us here on the Lincoln Cardinal Sports Network. We'll be right back.
This break is brought to you by Spooky Bear's Shirt Shack. Spooky Bear's Shirt Shack is a one-stop shop and apparel brand that has one goal in mind: to bring your vision to life. Commissioning custom printing shouldn't be hard. Make it easy at Spooky Bear's Shirt Shack. Located just south of Lincoln on 65 Highway, stop in, visit their page on Facebook, or give them a call today at 660-776-2021. Accounting. Johnson's Accounting has been serving the Lincoln community and its surrounding area for over 55 years. Lori and her team offer monthly business services such as sales tax, payroll, preparation of financial statements, and much more. In need of a tax return? Johnson's Accounting handles personal, small business, partnership, and corporate returns. For Johnson's Accounting, no business is too large or too small. They can handle them all. So give them a call at 660-547-3332 and see what they can do for you.
Out of the timeout here, we'll see what Tipton comes up with. Bailey working on Eckhoff. Corley from 3, left wing, won't fall. Mundy rebound. Hesse inside, forces it up. And won't go for the senior. Now Bailey in transition all the way to the cup. Tough finish over Eckhoff. Mundy got into a double team there and draws the foul. Tipton's in the double bonus, and Jack Moon has committed his second foul. Mundy is money from the free throw line. And he is now 4 for 4 from the line and cuts Tipton's lead to 1 as Lincoln is on a 10-2 run. And within striking distance of claiming a lead here before the end of the first half. I'm seeing some comments in the comment section about some audio issues. We've got people here monitoring it and don't seem to have any issues on our end. So if you're experiencing an issue, please be more specific in the comment section. Hesse inside, spins back towards the baseline. Nice finish over Moon with the 2-point answer. Now under a minute to play in the opening half. Mundy steals it, and he's on the out-of-bounds line. Athletic play there by the senior guard to jump that passing lane and save it right back in bounds to Hesse. They're going to say he was on the line, so Tipton will retain possession. 52 seconds. Combs in the corner, going to attack Everhart. Nice pivot, loses the basketball. I think Hesse knocked it away. Combs got inside and had a nice pivot foot to get around Hesse. Good hands by somebody there on the Lincoln defense. Corley gets around Johnson and runs into Hesse. And Everhart had one hand on the ball, tried to corral it, instead launched it down at Zach Moon's face, and it went out of bounds off of the Tipton Cardinals. It'll be Lincoln basketball, and we've got a short timeout here on the floor. We'll stay here, and we'll read another sponsorship ad, this time from We the People Cattle Company. We the People Cattle Company is a family farm operation with one goal in mind, to provide hormone and antibiotic-free food that's not only fresh but incredibly tasty. We the People Cattle Company is more than just a grocery store. They provide homegrown beef and pork, as well as take and bake meals, baked goods, smoked meats, and more. Open from 8 to 6 Monday through Friday and 8 to 3 on Saturday, and located just north of Lincoln on 65 Highway. Stop in and see what they mean when they say we're done with the bull. 33 seconds left here. Lincoln gets Connor Lyon back on the floor for this last possession. Lincoln trails by 1. They're on a 10-2 run to close this quarter. Eckhoff working on Bailey in the short corner. Gets it to Johnson. Back to Lyon. Now Lincoln with 10. Gonna run their set. A lot of movement here. Connor Lyon going to attack from the top of the lane. Gets it back to Mundy. Mundy's going to have to shoot it. He loses his footing. Lincoln cannot execute there. However, they did eat up the last 35 seconds of the half and closed with quite a bit of momentum. Both crowds imploring their teams. And we're going to go to a couple commercial breaks. We'll be back with the halftime show in a few minutes. Stick with us here on the Lincoln Cardinal Sports Network.
Brought to you by Reese Nichols Golden Key Realty. Reese Nichols Golden Key Realty has 14 real estate agents with 275 combined years of real estate experience. Luke and his team are not only experienced, but extremely knowledgeable when it comes to listing your property or helping you find the perfect home. If you're looking to buy a home, commercial property, or land, look no further than Reese Nichols Golden Key Realty. Be sure to visit their website at reesenichols.com or give them a call today at 660-438-7228. 31 Chiropractic. 31 Chiropractic is a wellness-centered family chiropractic office that specializes in care for women and children. Lindsay delivers tailored chiropractic and physical treatment for your whole family for their whole life. Stop in at 292 South Highway 65 in Lincoln or call 660-460-3719 to schedule your appointment with Dr. Lindsay today. This break is brought to you by Tolliver's Tire and Towing. In need of tire or automotive repair? Perhaps you've been in an accident and need a tow. Try Tolliver's Tire and Towing. Their knowledgeable repair crew and round-the-clock towing service can get you out of any pinch. For a tow, call 660-287-4849. Community National Bank and Trust. Are you missing that human touch with your bank? Go talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. They're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Stop by and see them at 101 South 65 Highway in Lincoln or 1695 Hilltop Drive in Warsaw. Your community, your bank, your relationship. Community National Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Shirley's Highway Cafe. Shirley's Highway Cafe serves a full breakfast and lunch menu from 6 to 2 Sunday through Friday and 6 a.m. to noon on Saturdays. If you're hungry for breakfast, try a good old-fashioned omelet or the biscuits and gravy. If it's lunch you're looking for, they've got the best country fried steak and mashed potatoes around. Shirley's Highway Cafe is located on Highway 65 in Lincoln, so give them a try on your next trip through town or call them for carryout at 660-547-3500. Brought to you by AB Studio and Design. AB Studio and Design specializes in senior, family, and wedding photography. They also offer a variety of design and video services for businesses as well as personal sessions. With over 15 years of experience in the industry, Amy can help you with almost any project. Check out AB Studio and Design on Facebook or give Amy a call at 660-723-5015. This broadcast is brought to you by Estes Drive-In. Looking for a bite to eat or a tasty treat? Estes Drive-In has you covered. With a wide array of options and friendly service, you can't go wrong with Estes Drive-In. So stop in and eat or call ahead for carryout at 660-547-3516. This break is brought to you by Spooky Bear's Shirt Shack. Spooky Bear's Shirt Shack is a one-stop shop and apparel brand that has one goal in mind: to bring your vision to life. Commissioning custom printing shouldn't be hard. Make it easy at Spooky Bear's Shirt Shack. Located just south of Lincoln on 65 Highway, stop in, visit their page on Facebook, or give them a call today at 660-776-2021.
Okay, folks, welcome back here. We are at halftime. Been an exciting first half to a conference championship, and we wouldn't have it any other way. This halftime report is brought to you by Reese Nichols Golden Key Realty. So a couple of things that are jumping out to me here as I look through the stats. Mac Hesse with a team-high 10 points. He's 4 for 6 from the floor. He also has 5 rebounds and a block. Connor Line right behind him with 7. Caleb Mundy has 6. Kyle Eckhoff has 3. And Camden Everhart has a pair. But Lincoln winning the rebounding 15-9 and has shot 8 more free throws than Tipton. Despite turning the ball over more than Tipton and shooting much lower percentages from both field goal and 3, Lincoln is 10 for 12 from the line compared to 3 for 4 from Tipton. And that's been really the big key here, in my opinion, is putting that pressure on the defense and getting to the line and scoring the free ones and doing it at a high clip. And then also creating second chance opportunities. Lincoln 4 offensive rebounds to Tipton's 2, and 11 defensive rebounds to Tipton's 7. It also helped Lincoln close that second quarter on a 10-2 run and turned what was a 9-point lead into just a 1-point lead for Tipton to go into the third quarter. So that was a quick little halftime wrap-up brought to you by Reese Nichols Golden Key Realty. Remember, Reese Nichols Golden Key Realty has 14 real estate agents with 275 combined years of real estate experience. Luke and his team are not only experienced, but extremely knowledgeable when it comes to listing your property or helping you find the perfect home. If you're looking to buy a home, commercial property, or land, look no further than Reese Nichols Golden Key Realty. Be sure to visit their website at reesenichols.com or give them a call at 660-438-7228. This broadcast is also brought to you by Wright's Machine Shop. Since 1958, Wright's Machine Shop has been a staple of the Lincoln community, so whether it's fixing something old or making something new work better for you, go see Steve and Stanley Wright at Wright's Machine Shop for all your fabrication and machine work needs. They are conveniently located at 503 North Highway 65 in Lincoln. You can also give them a call at 660-547-3356. Okay, well, we've got about 3 minutes here before we will be back with the second half. Stick with us on the Lincoln Cardinal Sports Network. We'll be right back. Okay, folks, back here live from Sedalia, Missouri at State Fair Community College, bringing in the second half of this conference tournament championship affair between a couple of Cardinals. And 16 minutes until we have a conference tournament championship winner. And the biggest game these two teams have played in all year, obviously, but not the one that you start your season planning for. Corley left open from the right wing. Can't make Lincoln pay. Combs keeps the basketball alive. And they're going to get a foul on Johnson. So Lincoln was winning the rebounding department there in the first half, and Combs comes up with an improbable offensive board to secure an extra possession here. Corley, wild drive to the basket, won't go. That was Johnson's third personal foul. Mundy tries to get it to Johnson. Loose ball. Johnson ends up with it and is able to keep the possession alive. Hesse inside, goes up over Moon, can't get it to fall. Johnson ends up with it blocked. And now Corley gets it to Combs. 2-on-2 here. Combs runs in the line, can't finish. Strong rebound, and now Mundy's going to push. Lincoln has numbers. Mundy tries a behind-the-back pass. And it's a turnover. Moon in the corner. Mundy whistled for the foul, trying to dig it away from him. Everhart is on for Mundy. Coach Berkey having a conversation with Caleb Mundy on the bench. Probably just reminding him of the moment And to make the best play, Moon can't get the three to go. Everhart taps it to Hesse, and now Lincoln. Line gets it up to Johnson. Quick pump fake and finish. Good job by Johnson to run the floor. Good job by Line to see him. And Lincoln now has their first lead since it was 3-2 early in the first quarter. Bear goes baseline, gets Combs in the corner, has to hesitate, and Hesse with yet another rebound, and now Line is going to push. Eckhoff out to Line. Now Line attacks, finds Johnson short corner. He's going to go inside, and he turns it over. Nearly turns it over. Kind of looked like he passed it to himself. And they're going to call a jump ball. Fortuitous there for Lincoln. Johnson got around on the baseline and had nowhere to go with it, but was already in the passing motion. Hesse high post. Now Mundy in the corner. Air ball. Moon has it. Coach Berkey not overly pleased with the defensive intensity here. Bailey can't make the long three, and it's a long rebound. Now one-on-one, Eckhoff and Bailey. Eckhoff goes to the rim, can't finish, but does draw the foul. And he's going to shoot two here. Bailey picks up his second foul. And now a 30-second timeout. And we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
By Johnson's Accounting. Johnson's Accounting has been serving the Lincoln community and its surrounding area for over 55 years. Lori and her team offer monthly business services such as sales tax, payroll, preparation of financial statements, and much more. In need of a tax return? Johnson's Accounting handles personal, small business, partnership, and corporate returns. For Johnson's Accounting, no business is too large or too small. They can handle them all. So give them a call at 660-547-3332 and see what they can do for you.
Back here, we're going to see Kyle Eckhoff shoot two. First one won't fall for the senior. The second one will, and Lincoln now with their biggest lead of the game, I think. The last lead they had was 3-2. I think that was their only lead. Combs takes the ball screen from Corley. Good help defense. Now Corley cut off there by more help defense from Hesse. Lincoln on a string now defensively. Bailey kicks it to Corley, right wing. Finally, a three-pointer falls for Tipton. And Tipton back on top by one. That assist goes to Jackson Bailey. Hesse inside against Moon. Swings one wildly to the corner. However, it found its mark. Lincoln has possession here. Going to run a little offense. Try and get a great one. Hesse gets lost off of that. Hesse gets it at the high post. His defensive assignment just loses him. Great job by Hesse to adjust in the air and finish smoothly on the left side of the basket. Lincoln back on top. Hesse having a great game. Corley is denied emphatically by Hesse. And now Lincoln's going to push. Lined all the way to the cup, left hand. And Lincoln on top by three. And we've got another timeout, a 30-second timeout by Tipton, and Lincoln loving it. Many fans standing as Lincoln Hesse getting it done on defense. Slams that layup attempt back at Corley violently. Johnson ends up with it, gets it ahead the line, who goes the distance. Hesse running the floor and kind of getting a seal on the only Tipton defender that can affect Connor's drive. And you just can't draw it up any better than that if you're Coach Berkey. And that's what they mean when they say good defense leads to good offense. And Lincoln now with a 3-point lead and seemingly in possession of most of the momentum here. Tipton into the front court now. Lincoln with their starters on the floor. Tipton has Bailey, Moon, Corley, and Combs. And now we see Connor Line guarding Jackson Bailey. Good help defense again by Hesse to shut off that drive off the ball screen. Coach Berkey and company loving it. Corley with a hesitation move. Scoop pass inside to Moon. He has trouble with it. And now he gets it out to his brother, who loses it out of bounds. They're going to say tipped by Lincoln. So Tipton going to stay with it. Lincoln going to man this inbounds. Bailey, long three over line, won't go. Another rebound for Mundy. Now Hesse inside, fires one to Johnson. Just a little bit of adrenaline there for Hesse. I'm not sure, that might have went right through Johnson's legs, as he had an opportunity to catch it. Just a little miscommunication there between the seniors. Now Tipton back on offense. 10 minutes left to play in this ball game, and it's been a fun one. Moon gets it inside to Moon. They're going to say foul on Lincoln. And another excellent block by Hesse. Bailey is just going right into the chest of Connor Line. There's no call to be made from a defensive perspective because Connor's in perfect position. And Bailey's initiating the contact. I don't think it's enough to be a charge, so good no call. But Hesse's there on the back line to just send it. Moon, baseline drive, nothing there. Hesse just continuing to be everywhere he needs to be on the help side. And now a turnover by Corley. Great steal by Mundy, dribbling in transition. Tipton going to slow Lincoln's drive down here. Hesse, wild shot, falls through. Kind of got up in the air off balance, shot it with his right hand, kind of from shoulder height, banked it in. Now Combs working on Johnson. Not a terrible pass, but Moon just couldn't handle it. And now Lincoln's defense starting to play a role. Tipton's got to call another timeout. This one's going to be a full. And in an attempt to save this voice of mine, which is fading, we're going to go to a commercial. We'll be right back. Stick with us here on the Lincoln Cardinals Sports Network, a Spooky Bear Media production.
Reese Nichols Golden Key Realty. Reese Nichols Golden Key Realty has 14 real estate agents with 275 combined years of real estate experience. Luke and his team are not only experienced, but extremely knowledgeable when it comes to listing your property or helping you find the perfect home. If you're looking to buy a home, commercial property, or land, look no further than Reese Nichols Golden Key Realty. Be sure to visit their website at reesenichols.com or give them a call today at 660-438-7228. by 31 Chiropractic. 31 Chiropractic is a wellness-centered family chiropractic office that specializes in care for women and children. Lindsay delivers tailored chiropractic and physical treatment for your whole family for their whole life. Stop in at 292 South Highway 65 in Lincoln or call 660-460-3719 to schedule your appointment with Dr. Lindsay today.
We're back. Lincoln's got their biggest lead of the game at 5. A minute 40 left to play in the third quarter. It's been all Lincoln all quarter long. And now we'll see what they come up with on offense. Hesse gets it tapped away. Tipton with the steal. Now Bailey wants the basketball. Tipton's going to pull this out. Swarming defense right now out of Lincoln. Tipton feels a little discombobulated, but they haven't turned it over yet, and then they do. Bailey was trying to get it inside to Haas, just low, went between his legs. And now Lincoln, with 64 seconds left in the third quarter, has an opportunity to extend this lead they've built here in the third. Hesse inside over Haas, won't go. And a very quick foul call there against Eckhoff. His third. Berkey did not like that one. .40 seconds now remaining in the third. Bear picks up his dribble in the corner. Now Corley on the right wing working on Eckhoff. Bear out of the corner. Skips it to the opposite corner. Good ball movement here by Tipton, but Lincoln just better defense. Nothing coming easy for Tipton in the second half. Really since the first quarter. Mundy nearly took that ball away from Corley. Tipton is going to get the last shot here. 5 on the clock. Combs, charge! And Connor Line, huge impact. We know his impact scoring the basketball. Probably the best defensive player in this conference. Perfect positioning there. Lincoln's got to play for this. 3 seconds. They're going to send everybody to the front court. Line fires it to the other team, and a half-court heave is off the mark by Bear. And that will end the third quarter, one that saw Lincoln win it 9-4, as they now have a 5-point lead. And we have 8 minutes to find out who is going to be crowned the Casinger Conference Tournament champion in 2022-2023. A year ago, it was the Lincoln boys who were victorious in this game. Now, while we're here and we have a little break, we're going to talk about Veracruz Trace. Veracruz Trace Mexican Restaurant in Lincoln delivers local and delicious Mexican cuisine served by their welcoming and caring staff. They're open from 11 to 9 on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and from 11 to 10 on Friday and Saturday. Stop by at 455 North Highway 65 in Lincoln, or call ahead for carryout at 660-547-0315. On the floor for the Cardinals, the 5 senior starters. Tipton has Bailey, Moon, Corley, Combs, and the younger Moon underneath the basket. Bailey looking to be aggressive. Nothing there. Now again, goes right through the chest of Line, is blocked by Hesse, and just can't get a good look against this Lincoln defense. Now Johnson in the paint, misses the layup shot. Combs pushing, Corley against Eckhoff, now Combs against Johnson. Moon out of the right wing. Now Corley spins inside, loses track of the basketball, but ends up with it. Bailey gets lined in the air. Now Moon can't finish against Hesse. And Mundy's got another rebound. Johnson inside. And a pretty good acting job there by Corley, it appears to me. As Johnson is called for the charge. Corley sure had fine position, but just flopped. That is Johnson's fourth foul and a turnover by the senior. Bailey can't hit the three. Lined rebound, saves it into Hesse. Now Lincoln with a 5-on-3 opportunity here. Eckhoff hits Mundy in the corner. He's not going to shoot it. Instead, going to get a great look. Sealed by Hesse. And Mundy gives Lincoln a 7-point lead. And Coach Berkey wants a full timeout. So we are going to go to a quick commercial break. And we will be right back here on the Lincoln Cardinal Sports Network.
This break is brought to you by Tolliver's Tire and Towing. In need of tire or automotive repair? Perhaps you've been in an accident and need a tow. Try Tolliver's Tire and Towing. Their knowledgeable repair crew and round-the-clock towing service can get you out of any pinch. For a tow, call 660-287-4849. By Community National Bank and Trust. Are you missing that human touch with your bank? Go talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. They're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Stop by and see them at 101 South 65 Highway in Lincoln or 1695 Hilltop Drive in Warsaw. Your community, your bank, your relationship. Community National Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This timeout is also brought to you by Joann's Printing. Joann's Printing offers all kinds of printing services, from screen printing to business form, letterhead, and envelope printing. Joann's also offers fax and copying services, so stop by at 530 North Highway 65 in Lincoln or call 660-547-2299 and see if Joann's Printing can help you. Tipton has the basketball, 6.5 to play, trailing by 7. Their biggest deficit of the ball game. Lincoln, since allowing an 18-point first quarter, has only allowed 14 points in the following 18 minutes. Moon gets in the air, had nowhere to go with it, finds Corley, extra pass to Bailey, bricks the three-point shot, and now Eckhoff going to push with numbers, and tapped out from behind by Combs. Will be Lincoln basketball. Everhart is on the floor for Johnson. Eckhoff lined Hesse and Mundy, rounds out the rest of the Lincoln Cardinals on the floor. Hesse gets inside. They're going to call a charge. It's a turnover by Lincoln. Just the first foul against Mack. Being an offensive player control foul is not a team foul, but just an update on that situation. Lincoln has 6 of them. And Eckhoff very obviously fouls Corley there. Looked like Eckhoff maybe just lost his footing a little bit. That's Eckhoff's 4th foul, so Eckhoff will step off for Johnson. Each of them have 4 fouls. Obviously, Eckhoff's impact on the offensive end much more dramatic. So Coach Berkey going to keep him to the side for the time being. Corley hits the front end of a 1-1. And now Lincoln's lead is 6. And now 5. Tipton going to show some full court pressure for the first time in this ball game. Connor Line has the potential to break a press all by himself. So does Eckhoff, so does Mundy. And that's pretty much what just happened. Just a man press, no trap. Hesse loses it, nearly turned over. Line comes up with it. Now Hesse has it. He loses it again. And they're going to call a foul. And both crowds becoming discontent down the stretch here. It's one thing I remember from the first matchup. Tipton's crowds was just not happy about much. Lincoln had almost as much to complain about in that contest, and they did. That was Zach Moon's second foul. Lined all the way in, just can't get it, and then Hesse fouls on the rebound. So now Zach Moon with the good box out is going to see a 1-1 here after being fouled a ways from the basket. This is what Lincoln can't do, is give Tipton free ones when they just haven't been able to score within their offense very efficiently. In fact, at halftime, as a team, Tipton was shooting 52% from the floor. And now they're shooting 37%. So on the game, that's not a second half total. That means from halftime on, their shooting percentage has dipped by 15 points. Hesse inside, just too big to handle for Lincoln. Or excuse me, for Tipton. That was an assist for Lined, and now a steal for Hesse as Tipton turns the basketball over. And Mundy ends up with it. Then turns it over. Combs with the steal. It goes to Jack Moon. Now Bailey. Okay, I thought he was going to shoot a three. Moon's going to shoot it instead. Straight on. Can't finish it. Lincoln not getting after the basketball very well. Maybe showing some fatigue here. Hesse looks gassed as Tipton's diving for loose ones. Tipton applying pressure now well beyond the three-point line. And Bailey gonna foul Lined. Tipton still has several fouls to give. Lincoln now with Johnson and Eckhoff on the floor with 4 fouls. Nobody from Tipton really in foul trouble. Hesse gets it into Eckhoff. Man defense here out of Tipton. Again, well extended beyond the three-point line. Mundy gets into the paint. Lincoln content to just run some clock here. One thing that they have proven this year is that they're not going to turn the ball over very much. They haven't turned it over much in this game. Tipton going to have to do something. And a wide open shot for Lincoln as they stay with it, stay patient, and get the best possible look you can get. That's a look from 2 feet, unguarded. Kyle Eckhoff scores that one. And senior Connor Light is going to record an assist there. And now Lincoln leads by 9 with 2:20 to play. Moon comes off of a double ball screen, nothing there. Combs attacks Johnson, runs into Hesse. Now Moon from the corner, drills it. Gets Mundy to fly by, steps to the side and hits it. So Tipton not going to give up here. And Eckhoff just out-hustled there by Bailey. Bailey knocked it away from Eckhoff. Eckhoff tried to circle around it and pick it up. Bailey didn't wait for him. He just dove on it. Passed it up to Combs, who couldn't quite handle it. Line came out of nowhere to try and dive for the loose ball. Great hustle by him. However, a foul call is what they got Line for, his third. A 1-and-1 here for Combs. It'll be the last 1-and-1 for Tipton, and they just can't convert that free throw. And if you're Coach Beeman from Tipton, you're not pleased with how your team has shot from the line down the stretch here. Mundy loses it, and then Combs tips it, and then Mundy tips it, and it goes out of bounds. So another turnover by Lincoln. Coach Berkey wants a full timeout. We're going to read our last sponsorship ad, and then we're going to go to commercial right after. Producers Exchange number 84 has been selling feed, fertilizer, seed, and farm supplies in Lincoln and Ionia since 1920. Producers Exchange number 84 offers services such as custom spraying and grinding and mixing. They have two locations, one just south of Lincoln on 65 Highway and the other at 102 North Main Street in Ionia, Missouri. So stop by today and see what Producers Exchange can do for you. We're here on the Lincoln Cardinal Sports Network, a Spooky Bear Media production. We're going to go to a quick commercial. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
It's brought to you by Shirley's Highway Cafe. Shirley's Highway Cafe serves a full breakfast and lunch menu from 6 to 2 Sunday through Friday and 6 a.m. to noon on Saturdays. If you're hungry for breakfast, try a good old-fashioned omelet or the biscuits and gravy. If it's lunch you're looking for, they've got the best country fried steak and mashed potatoes around. Shirley's Highway Cafe is located on Highway 65 in Lincoln, so give them a try on your next trip through town or call them for carryout at 660-547-3500.
1:45 left in this ball game. Tipton possesses it. Lincoln leads by 6. Moon loses it but gets it back. Corley on Eckhoff, forces one up. Won't go. Hesse with a great rebound. And now Corley fouls Line. Tipton still has a foul to give, as that's Corley's second and Tipton's fifth. Corley's going to come off for Bear. Full court pressure here by Tipton. Now a trap. Connor Line can't quite beat it himself, but they're going to call Jackson Bailey for a foul. That was their last to give. Minute 12 left here. That was Jackson Bailey's fourth foul. Connor Line into the front court. Tipton guarding at half court. Coach Berkey pleading for a foul, and now Tipton wisely gonna foul Johnson. And Johnson's gonna see a 1-and-1 here and an opportunity to knock down some clutch free throws for his team. Long on the free throw, and no good. Now Tipton with the basketball, 56 seconds, trailing by 6. Combs to Corley. Now back to Combs. He gets it inside to Moon, who scores. And now Tipton wants a timeout. And it's a full timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
Is brought to you by AB Studio and Design. AB Studio and Design specializes in senior, family, and wedding photography. They also offer a variety of design and video services for businesses as well as personal sessions. With over 15 years of experience in the industry, Amy can help you with almost any project. Check out AB Studio and Design on Facebook or give Amy a call at 660-723-5015.
Okay, we are back here. Tipton called that timeout. Trailing by 4. Lincoln's going to sub and get Everhart in, who's been a good free throw shooter all year long. Lincoln's going to have to inbound the ball and get through this trap. As I would say, Tipton will try and turn them over before they try and foul, which is what is happening here. Eckhoff working on Combs, now doubled by Bailey. Lincoln gets it across, and Tipton Bear gonna foul. It'll be Mundy shooting the 1-and-1 here. Right now, Mundy is 4 for 4 from the line. That's Bear's third foul, and the 8th team foul against Tipton. Mundy continues his streak, now 5 for 5, giving Lincoln a 5-point lead. This is the second Corley rebound. Now just 30 seconds on the clock. Moon, quick three, no good. Tapped around. Mundy ends up with it. Fouled again. That's Jackie Moon's fourth foul. Still a 1-and-1 here for Mundy. Mundy hits the first. Misses the second. 6-point lead. Moon blocked by Hesse. Rebound by Mundy. And that's going to end it. Will Tipton foul? They are going to foul. Combs fouls Mundy. And the Lincoln crowd knows what this means. Mundy's going to see two now, instead of just the 1-and-1. Less than 10 seconds left to go. Tipton just not able to get enough good looks to win this ball game. Lincoln's defense carrying them per usual. Lincoln going to complete this win without making a single three-point shot. Tipton, as a team, 4 for 19. Now 4 for 20. Corley's shot won't count, and Lincoln completes the comeback, trailed by as many as 9 in this ball game, and gonna win their second consecutive conference tournament championship game. And now, most definitely in the driver's seat for the 1 seed in the district and for the regular season conference champion. We're going to go ahead and get you guys out of here quickly. We're going to talk about Johnson's Accounting, who's bringing you the post-game show. Leading the team in scoring tonight, Matt Hesse with 16 points to go with 10 rebounds and 5 blocks. He also had a steal. Caleb Mundy next on the list with 11 points. He had 10 rebounds as well. He had 3 steals and an assist. Connor Line, 9 points, 4 rebounds. Kyle Eckhoff, 6 points, an assist, 5 rebounds. Ross Johnson had 2 points and 4 boards. And then Camden Everhart had 2 points and an assist. I think this one's obvious. Mac Hesse, the Johnson's Accounting most valuable player for this ball game. Impact felt on both ends, was dominant inside defensively, and had a team-high 16 points. I would wager that was a game-high figure as well. We appreciate Johnson's Accounting for this, being able to provide this segment. Johnson's Accounting has been serving the Lincoln community and its surrounding area for over 55 years. Lori and her team offer monthly business services such as sales tax, payroll, preparation of financial statements, and much more. They can easily set up a new business or an LLC. Need a tax return? Johnson's Accounting handles personal, small business, partnership, and corporate returns. For Johnson's Accounting, no business is too large or too small. They can handle them all. So give them a call at 660-547-3332 and see what they can do for you. Folks, we appreciate you sticking with us. We appreciate the support you've shown for this broadcast, as well as the Lincoln Cardinals, both boys and girls. I want to say thank you to my crew, Connor Spry, Hunter White, and Stephen Kranz, for helping me with this broadcast and others like it. We will be live next week. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but be sure to look to the Spooky Bear Shirt Shack Facebook page for updates, as we will update you on any schedule changes, as well as when we're going to be going live again. This is Lane Johnson signing off. This has been a Spooky Bear Media production. Thank you and good night. We'll see you next time.